Okay, so you're out there on the job hunt. Congrats. Or maybe good luck out there is a little more appropriate.
Yeah.
Because let's face it can really feel like a black hole sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you spend all this time polishing your resume, making it perfect, and then you fire it off into the internet void and crickets.
That's true.
Nothing. But what if there was a way we could make that whole process, like, smarter, not harder?
Well, and that's what's kind of exciting now, right? We're not just talking about like tweaking your resume font here. This is the whole game has changed with AI and these things called applicant tracking systems.
Applicant tracking systems.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of us who don't speak fluent tech, what are we talking about?
So think of it as like a digital gatekeeper. So before your resume even gets to a human, it oftentimes is going through these systems that are scanning it for keywords, for skills, and basically deciding if you're going to make that first cut or not.
So it's like a robot
Yeah.
judging my entire career history in like milliseconds. No pressure.
Exactly. And that's where a tool like RoleCatcher comes in, because they help you to kind of crack the code, so to speak. They've analyzed thousands of job descriptions to figure out what are these systems looking for.
Okay, so this is already making me feel like more empowered just hearing this, because instead of just guessing, oh, what are employers looking for, we can actually get some data behind it.
Exactly. And so RoleCatcher allows you to tailor your application to the specific job that you're applying for and highlight the skills and experience that are going to matter most to these algorithms.
I saw on their website they have these career guides. They have like over 3,000 of them. Is that like every job under the sun?
Pretty much. I mean, they recognize that, like, you're not alone in your career journey, no matter how unique you think your path might be. There's somebody else out there who's doing it or has done it. And they actually had one for, like, a bicycle shop manager.
A bicycle shop manager. Wait, I actually saw that one too. And it's not just like, do you like bikes? It actually like gets into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And they break it all down. Like, what's your typical day going to be like? What are the skills you're going to need? What's the potential salary? And they emphasize that customer service skills, for example, were rated at 80% importance for that role.
80%. Yeah, that makes sense. You're kind of the face of the shop, right? You're greeting everybody who walks in.
Exactly. And that's what I love about it, is just how much data they use to analyze these positions. They're not just telling you what the job is, but how you can really excel at it in this new world of AI-driven hiring.
Okay, so RoleCatcher can like help us get past those digital gatekeepers and make our resumes actually stand out.
Yeah.
But then there's the interview. And honestly, that's like a whole other level of terrifying.
You've conquered the resume black hole, and now you're facing the interview boss fight.
Right.
But RoleCatcher's got some really cool tools to help you level up for this challenge too.
So I saw on their website they were talking about this massive question bank, like an absurd number of potential interview questions.
Over 120,000. But the thing is, these aren't your generic "tell me about a time you failed" questions.
Right.
RoleCatcher tailors the questions to specific careers and skills, so you can practice answering exactly what's relevant to your field.
So no more getting thrown off by some obscure question about like the intricacies of bicycle tire pressure.
Exactly. You can walk into that interview feeling so much more prepared and confident and ready to really like showcase your expertise.
Yeah.
And it gets even cooler. RoleCatcher also lets you record yourself answering practice questions and get AI-powered feedback.
Hold on. The AI will actually listen to you and give you pointers.
Sure.
Okay, this is like next level. Tell me more.
It analyzes things like your pacing, your clarity, even if you're using the right industry jargon.
Wow.
Think of it as a personal coach, but for nailing job interviews.
Right. It's like watching game footage to like improve your athletic performance, but for your career.
Exactly. So by identifying your weak points and practicing your answers, you can go in there with so much more confidence. But acing the interview isn't just about having all the right answers, is it?
That's true. It's also about figuring out if the company is the right fit for you.
Yes. And RoleCatcher knows that. They have a whole section dedicated to researching potential employers. You can dive into their company culture, their values, even check out their recent news and social media.
So no more like awkward moments of realizing mid-interview that like this company culture is so not a good fit for me.
Been there.
Yeah.
So RoleCatcher helps you avoid those situations. It's about finding a job that aligns with your goals and values, not just any job. But are you ready for the real plot twist? RoleCatcher has one more trick up its sleeve.
Okay, you can't just leave us hanging like that.
Yeah.
What's the plot twist? What is this secret weapon that RoleCatcher has?
So we've been talking this whole time about how RoleCatcher helps you figure out what employers want right.
Right.
But guess what? Employers are using RoleCatcher too.
Wait, really? Like to find candidates?
Yeah. To find candidates. So if you choose to make your profile visible in the system, employers can actually search for people with your exact skills and experience.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of just like sending out my resume and hoping somebody sees it, it's like I optimize my profile and then boom, they can just discover me.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Even flips the script.
This is like next level job hunting. Like I have a whole team of recruiters working for me, except it's AI.
Pretty much.
Wow. Well, this has been so eye-opening. Like I was feeling a little bit down about my job search before we started this, but I actually feel like I can do this now.
I love that. I love hearing that because it's an amazing tool.
Yeah.
And it really levels the playing field, especially now with AI becoming such a big part of this whole hiring process.
Yeah, and it makes you think too, because we keep talking about using AI to our advantage as job seekers, but how is this going to change the future of work in general?
Yeah. Right. I mean, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? But I mean, it's clear that technology like this is going to continue to change how we work and maybe even what work means. Like imagine a world where AI is handling all of those tedious tasks and it frees us up to be more creative and, problem solve and think bigger picture.
Right.
Or even industries that we haven't even thought of yet, all made possible because of this technology. So
Yeah,
it's a lot to consider.
it is. Well, on that note, a huge thank you to our listeners for joining us on this deep dive into RoleCatcher and the future of job hunting. We hope you feel as energized and empowered as we do, and we'll see you next time.